Today I want to talk to you about true desire and motivation. You may notice that so much of human activity is propelled by the sense that something's out of place, that I need to change something in my life about myself, about my circumstances, so that I can be at peace, so that I can be happy. I need to make a certain amount of money. I need to be a certain level of enlightenment. I need to have this business, that business. So all of this mind activity, all of this striving, all of this like, oh, not quite okay yet, but it will be, it might be, right? Is that what you truly want? Like really take a look and see and feel, where is all of that seeming desire and need coming from? And what I want to offer you is that it's coming from a very existential, very innocent, very raw place. And that place is a function of us being disconnected with our true identity. And I really want to highlight one specific thing, which is our sense of belonging. That sense of belonging, like I belong here, regardless of any circumstances or whatever's going on. This moment is my home. I am here. This is like that sense of home, that sense of like, oh, all is well. Okay, I can figure things out. I got time, I got space. I can, that sense of belonging is what's missing and what's driving the constant seeking, because we think we're not home yet. We think we need to get somewhere else. We need to get something else. We need to become someone else before we can finally land, right? Before we can be at home, before we can be at peace, before we can be happy. But that's the lie. That's the distortion. That's the distraction. That is the matrix. That is the little program within your mind that continues to lead you on this goose chase. Oh, you got to get this. You're following the trail. You're following the trail. It's like this continuously building crescendo, but it never actually pops. There is no satisfaction and fulfillment in trying to add these things, because the moment that you add one little dimension that you think is missing, suddenly all these other dimensions start to open up, and you're like, oh, here's the next desire and the next desire, and then you got to get this and this and this before you can finally be at peace, before you can have the feeling that you want, the thing that you actually want and desire, which is what? It's that sense of belonging. When I say belonging, I mean total belonging here in this moment. Like nothing has to change, no one has to change in order for all to be well. This sense of belonging is actually intrinsic to our true identity. So I want to offer you the perspective that rather than chasing and striving after all of these little individual things, that you really begin to pay attention to what is it that you are actually doing? Like, what is it that you're actually and actively seeking? Because it's not the new house, it's not the new relationship, it's not the more money, it's not some mental idea of spiritual enlightenment. It's actually a very simple sense of belonging and feeling at home right here and now. And how do you find that? You find that by taking a breath, slowing down, looking this moment straight in the eye, coming to that sense of stillness and realizing, okay, wow, if I just stop, what's already and always here? What is it inside that tells you that something's incomplete except a thought, an idea, a projection? And who is that is offering this? Like, what authority is telling you that this moment of creation is not quite there? You'll find that this voice, it has no authority. It has no it has no being. It has no substance. It is this virus that we call the dream matrix. It is this aspect of false identity that siphons off your emotional energy to sustain its own life, which is artificial. And in contrast to the infinite creation that decreed this moment to be exactly as it is, this part of seeming self is saying, no, the infinite creator is wrong. What's right is what I know is missing, and so that's the thing that you have to strive for. really, really slow down and question this. In this moment, maybe even right after this video turns off, pause, close your eyes, relax, take a deep breath, find belonging. All the feelings are already within you, and you don't have to get a certain circumstance to be any certain way for you to feel the way that you want to feel. And you can call this sense of belonging happiness, peace, love, joy, whatever it is, but really at its core, it's like coming home. It's like everything seems a mess and all is well. All is well. And you know that cellularly. You know that not as an intellectual thing that can be upset by a conversation or by somebody else's opinion, but you know that rather in this intrinsic deep way. And the only way that you can come to know this in a stable, coherent, owned way is if you become familiar with it, right? Like what meditation truly means, the definition of meditation is to become familiar with. So what I'm inviting you to do is to slow down, close your eyes, go to that state, that awareness of awareness that we talked about in the previous video, and become familiar with the sense of being home, belonging here and now, not needing anything to change for all to be okay and well. Okay, so try that out. I hope that serves you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.